Hey everyone, it's Sentypes, and today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. I'm actually going to be making a Super Smash Bros. Ultimate tier list of the items, and so obviously I normally do Pokemon content. I'm trying to mix things up a little. This is what, I don't know, kind of what I wanted to make, so I decided I'll make it and we'll see how it does. But, and also I'd be interested in hearing your thoughts on this style of content. It's not that much different from my regular style of content, but just about a different game. So, obviously I know many of you play Smash Bros., but certainly not all of you. If you're watching this, you probably do. But yeah, this is a tier list. I'm ranking how interesting they are, though, and how like cool they are. So obviously, something like the Smash Ball. I think all the items are here too, but like the Smash Ball, like is super good. But it's not necessarily going in S tier because it's broken. It's just going how like cool it is, right? So we're starting with the assist trophy. Is this? I don't know the name. I think this is alphabetical. I don't know the names of all these though. So assist trophy is kind of cool. It obviously brings a lot of characters to the game, but it's also super swingy and kind of overpowered. So I don't know. I think I'll put in B for now. We'll see. Like I wish the act of KOing the assist trophies was cooler. Like you can do it with some, but not all of them, and doing it doesn't reward you much unless you're playing in timed, and most people play in stock anyway. So also, I'm assuming obviously that you're playing with items on, but then I'm not necessarily. You could be on any stage, but you could also be playing like normal stages, like Final Destination or Battlefield or whatever. And also, I don't know about meter, Final Smash meter, but that doesn't matter for too many of these. But some of them I think have interesting interactions with stages, but most don't. So assist trophies though, they're fine. Like some sense, like your character, say your favorite character becomes an assist trophy. In some ways, it depends who they are. If there's someone who probably should be in like as an actual character, then it feels really bad, like Waluigi. And then if it's someone who's like, who like obviously shouldn't be like a character in the game, like I can't think of any, but there are certainly some assist trophies that like would never get in Smash's actual characters, and that's really cool. So I'm not sure where I stand. I'll put them in B. They're not. I usually turn them off when I'm playing items, but they're still really cool and an important part of the game. Next up, the back shield. The back shield is kind of interesting. I'll also put it B. It's obviously like with it, you want to be using a lot of like back airs. So if your character has really bad back air, it's not good. And so I don't know. It's kind of okay. Also, in terms of like skill level for using these, I'm assuming like a mid level skill, probably whatever skill you guys are at, and my level, not like tournament level, but not like brand new player either. So yeah, I'd say it's decent. It's not super powerful, and it's not. I mean, it's pretty nice. It doesn't block all hits from the back either. Like you can go over and under it sometimes, but I don't know. It's cool. Actually, I'll do C. It's not that interesting either. The banana gun or whatever it's called. This one's decent. It's really strong, but it's also one-time use. And then it creates a banana peel, which is I'll just talk about the banana peel. The banana peel is interesting. It's pretty simple. Usually you can just throw it and you can land like a smash attack. It's also one of the few ones you can get during normal play with Diddy Kong. So I guess that'll bump it up because you can play it like more. It's probably the item that you've seen the most. Also, it's looking like I don't think the turnips are on here, which aren't like regular items. So yeah, the banana peel is something you'll certainly see a lot. It's kind of annoying, but I think you can only hit it twice. And there are some like weird setups, but normally it's not like super toxic. I think it's a pretty cool item. Next we have the rolling crates. What? Oh, barrels. I was thinking like, what? No, actually maybe these aren't in alphabetical order. So this one is interesting. You can like hit it, but I don't know. It's pretty boring too. Which I say the rolling crates, the barrels. Yeah, they are barrels. The rolling crate is this one. So the rolling like barrels. They're fun, but like I don't know. I wish you could do more with them. They often just like break. I think they can explode as well, which is kind of annoying. It can be funny, but I don't think they're special enough to really warrant being an interesting item. Also, like the ones that open up other items, I don't know. They're kind of boring too. Then we have the home run bat. Honestly, the home run bat. I really love this one. Because it reflects items, and then it reflects projectiles, which are often items thrown at you. And there are so many projectiles in an item-based match that you can do that. And then if you're in this long swing animation, And then you hit an item, then it just instantly swings, which is really cool. Meaning that if someone like runs up to you and throws a projectile, which is something that would happen, say they have like a banana, they run up and then just throw it. You home run bat them and just like instantly KO them, which is really fun. Um, on certain stages, you can actually survive this. I think I imagine I think on like Temple, you probably survive it. But it is fun. Also, home run contest. Um, yeah, that's the thing too. So I like that item. Now we have the beam sword. Um, I don't know. It's a solid item. I'll put an A tier. It's nothing amazing, but it's probably the best like battering item for just generic purposes because it has like good attacks. The fact that when it like does, I think it's the length is based on damage, so you like charge your smash attacks, it goes farther. It's pretty strong and it goes far, which is nice. But yeah, it's nice. It's not like super powerful either. You'll definitely be throwing it some because its range isn't like insane. I mean, fully charged smash attack is pretty insane, but I don't know. I think it's just a solid overall item. Next, Beast Ball. Honestly, this is one of my favorite items in the game. You just throw it and then it like falls up. The one thing I don't like is you don't know which way it's gonna follow up. As far as I know, there's a mode called I think it's like Mother Baseball or something where you like throw the beast balls, and you like stand a pit with Ness or Lucas. It's pretty fun, but it's a bit boring. But at least it opens up like interesting options like that. And then you can also I don't think you can catch it after it's been thrown the second time, but you can catch it when it's like thrown initially, which is kind of fun. You can reflect it, and it does some kind of interesting things. And then you can do some awesome combos off it that aren't too hard to do. Either you just throw it at the person, hits them again, and then you hit them with some like aerial. And it can be really cool as well. And it's like an easy item to combo off of. And it looks really cool as well. You can get, I think if it's, I don't remember if hitting down spikes. I think it does, but I might be misremembering. But overall, it's definitely one of my favorite items, if not my favorite. Next, the Beehive. This one sucks. It's not as bad as what's the other one? The Cuckoo. I'll talk about the Cuckoo one too. The chicken thing. Beehives aren't fun. You can, I don't know, they're annoying. They can allow you to do like recover infinitely. But then usually when I'm trying to like recover infinitely with them, it like runs out and I'm not ready for it to run out and then I kill myself. And then also, I mean, it's just annoying, right? It just makes play less fun. It just isn't good. It's not super powerful either. The Cuckoo one is so bad though. It just like kills you. It can, if you get caught off stage, you just die because they actually send you somewhere. And they don't like the Beehive. You can have your opponent. I'll move up the Beehive to D. Like if you hit their opponent with a Beehive and then they're stung with the bees, then you can like hit them because it just stuns them. The Cuckoo, they just get sent flying somewhere. So now pretty much neither player is playing the game. The person being hit by the Cuckoos just isn't doing anything, and they can't do anything at all. And then the person who isn't being hit by them is just running around getting items, which is fine, and stage control is cool, but I don't think it's a well implemented item. The Beehive, you could run away for stage control, but you can still like act with the Beehive as well. You just can't probably do smash attacks and stuff like that. And you can't do combos either. Now we have the Beetle. I don't know if that's the full name. I honestly like this one, but it's also a mashing one, and mashing is really not good. In my opinion, it's like the worst mechanic in Smash because it breaks your controller, so that's not good. But I like the fact that you can hit it back. Honestly, I always kill people with this item because if you don't know, you can hit the Beetle and then it gets reflected. It will get destroyed eventually. But we'll talk about the Galaga as well, which for some reason isn't rendered on its thing. It's like the whole Galaga got chopped off the Galaga art. But the Beetle is fun because you can you just hit it back and then it like gets people. I think it's easier to mash out of than the Galaga as well, which is good. And it like won't kill you at 0. I don't think the Galaga does either, but this one's bad. I just don't like it. It's not that much worse than the Beetle, but you can't reflect it. I think it gets more powerful if you hit it once, but then if you hit it twice, it gets destroyed or something. It's fine. I don't know. It's not a very fun one in my opinion. It's harder to dodge as well because it flies around. It's kind of annoying. The black hole is fine. I guess it's pretty cool. You can get some interesting combos. Also, if you you can't use projectiles when you're in it, but you can't always you can't throw items into the black hole if you're the person who originally threw the black hole. So you want to throw a bomb in there, it won't work. I don't believe, which is kind of cool. meaning that you can't just obliterate them with projectiles, but I think you can use your own projectiles too on it. Uh, so it is a pretty powerful one, a nice like stage control one. Uh, it's a bit too powerful and annoying in my opinion, though, and it's not powerful in a fun way either. But it's still a pretty cool item. We got the firebox. Um, I don't know. This one's fine. Like it explodes with fire moves, which is kind of cool. A lot of characters actually have them, and then obviously like bombs and stuff blow it up, so it's fun. But it's kind of awkward to use, but it spices things up a little and makes certain plays kind of interesting. You can also hit it and blow it up purposely to blow up yourself, and then also your opponent, hopefully at the same time, to like a risk reward type of thing. Then we see the blue shell. This one's fine. It hits people on the way up, which is kind of interesting sometimes, but not usually in two players. Or generally, it doesn't really hit people that much, but it can actually kind of combo them, which is kind of funny. And obviously, it's a solid generic item. The bomb, this one's a classic. I love that you can Z drop it as well. I think it's just good for that. You just Z drop on your opponent, and then they just like get they just get exploded. Also, you can see this one in regular play. It's super hype when a Peach player pulls it. But I don't know. It's also it's simple, but it gets the job done. Bomb chew. Bomb chew's fine. I'll just put it in B. I don't know. It's a bit boring. Obviously, you just throw it on the stage and it like goes around and stuff. It's not as strong as like other bombs, so it's whatever. This one, the bomber, I think. I don't know. It's the one where you like hold it and then it explodes. Honestly, this one like never works. Because it takes so long to work, but eventually it blows up on its own. Also, there's a thing you can do. I think it's with Greninja's Final Smash, where you like I think the Greninja player does it, and then they like grab it, and then they Final Smash the opponent, and then it blows up like while they're doing the Final Smash, and it like adds more damage. It's pretty interesting, but also I've never seen it actually happen in a match. But it's fine. Out of all like the bomb ones, it's probably the most generic, or not the most generic, but the worst because it doesn't like work. Boomerang's fun. It's very much like boring too, though. When you're using it, if you catch it, like it amplifies the damage. So you want to just throw it and catch it. You can throw it against certain walls, but you can't throw it against the floor. It's fine, but then you just have someone throwing the boomerang a bunch, and then that's it, and then it gets a little boring. But it can lead for some interesting comebacks, which is cool. The bullet bill is actually, the bullet bill is really awesome. As I say, it's fine nuts. It's pretty sick. You can use it for obviously recovery. But then you can use it. It chases people. It's a one-time use. It's not too powerful. It's attack. It's like damage and knockback's strong, but it's not like so broken. But it's definitely one of my favorite items, and you can also combo out of it, I guess. Not super easily because it kind of like sends you back and stuff, but it's pretty cool. Next, the bumper. I don't know. This one's fine. I'll put in C. It's pretty annoying to have to deal with because it also hurts both players. But sometimes if you have a certain recovery that's bad, you can just be completely shut out of the game, which is not good. So I don't love that aspect. But honestly, this one just kind of gets like tossed somewhere, and then usually the person doesn't place it in quite the right spot that they were meaning to, and then it doesn't do much. So it's whatever. The bunny hood. Oh, I don't like this one, but it's a cool one still. So it increases your speed, it increases your ground speed in your and your jump height, but it does not increase your aerial speed as far as I know. So, if you've ever used like Acceleratle or like Palutena's Lightweight in Smash 4, or if you've used obviously I think I said this, it's an ultimate tier list, but if you used Lightweight or Acceleratle or even like Spirits to increase like speed and jump and stuff, this isn't like that because you don't have the air mobility, so you can't really chase people in the same way. You can like run like Sonic and jump like, I don't know, Falco or someone who can jump high. But then you can't follow up on it. So I don't know. I wish it was increase the air mobility, but you can still do some solid stuff. Like, I don't know, like up throw at combos at hypersensor or something. It's not that cool, but it's something that allows you to do some fun stuff. The capsule, I don't know, it sometimes blows up, but this one's pretty generic. I'm not a big fan of the items that hold stuff, which I don't remember what they're called anymore, but it's honestly, it's C. It's whatever. The regular crate, this one's fine. I like it more than the rolling crate, like for whatever reason, but it's not that. I'll put in D. It's still pretty generic. I can explode. It's whatever. Next we have the Daybreak. Actually, no, I'll talk about the other crates. Oh, container items is what they're called. There's this one, and then I think there's this one, and I think that's it. Yeah. So I misplaced them. So we got the rolling crate. The rolling crate's super awesome. I'm gonna put an A tier because you can stand on it and then hit it and like do some funny stuff. Also, don't final smash with Samus on top of this. You will die, which is pretty funny because you can do some crazy stuff. You can hit someone and the rolling crate at the same time, and the person falls onto the rolling crate and like rolls off the stage. You can like stand on it normally. It's really funny. This is definitely one of my favorite items to mess around with in training mode, but yeah, that's about it. It's also it's kind of weird too. And then we have the gold ball. I don't remember what this one's called at all, but this one's fine. It I like the fact that it can sometimes drop a bunch of bombs. I feel like it, and also you have some time to react. This is my favorite of like the regular ones, but I'll only put it in bottom of B. Again, I'm not a big fan of that type item. And then we have the. Actually, I'll move the rolling crate up because you can hit into your opponents. I wish I had more HP though. And now we have the daybreak, and I'll put in the dragoon parts as well, which I seem to have lost. There we go. So the daybreak and dragoon are both cool, I guess, but they work really badly if you have more than 2 players because like team battles they're awful because unless teammates are super coordinated, oftentimes 2 players on the same team end up just like splitting the parts and then it never happens. You can lose them, I think, as well, like without them falling out of you, which is kind of weird, but I'm pretty sure that can happen. And obviously, they can fall out as well. They're kind of interesting. They're almost like mini smash balls as well. They're super strong. I like the daybreak a little more. I think it's not as strong. The dragoon definitely kills at 0. It's still fun. I'll just put it C, and I'll put the daybreak at bottom of B. The fact that it just isn't like as strong and also hits wider, it makes it less swingy. The dragoon's super swingy. The daybreak's kind of weird, but you can like move with it too. It's fun, but people also obviously run away, and it's not that hard to dodge most of the time, depending on the stage and the character. Okay, now I'll just go through the rest of the battering items. We got I don't know if the hammers are battering items, but I'll put them here. There are a lot. Actually, no, they're on as many as I thought. Is there anything? Oh, this one, and that's it. Okay, so we got the killing edge. No, I don't know if that's right. I realized the scythe. I don't remember the name of it. But I think it's the. I don't think it's the killing edge. I don't know. But it's the one that shining edge. It like glows and then it does more damage, which is pretty cool. But also it's like a short time. I think it's fun. It's not as good as the beam sword, but it's a solid generic battering item. I'll put it in B tier. It's very generic as well, but then like the flashing thing's kind of fun. It just like does a ton of knockback. Also, it's pretty good when thrown with the high knockback. Next is the scythe. I don't remember what this is called. I was gonna say the death scythe. That sounds a bit dark. So I've like never been hit by the smash attack. Even sometimes you get hit by it and it just doesn't kill. Like it's supposed to insta kill, but it doesn't. I don't know. I feel like it's a bit lacking. It's theoretically kind of cool, but it never really. I don't know. It never really seems to fully work. Next up, we have the Star Rod. The Star Rod's fine. I mean, it does a bunch when thrown, and smash attack shoots a star. I don't think the tilt does. I don't remember. I don't play with this one enough. It's cool though. I'll put it actually above the killing edge. I'm gonna move the killing edge down to the bottom of B. But it's a very solid item, right? It's strong and thrown. It's cool, but nothing crazy. Then we got the fire bar. This one's pretty strong. Again, I like it. I'll put it like somewhere in the middle of B. The more you hit with it, the less range it has, which is fine, I guess. It really doesn't stand out a lot though. Now we'll do the lipstick. It like does the flower thing on your head, which is what are the things that put the flower on your head? Is it just lipstick and Jigglypuff? I don't remember. It's kind of weird, but it's okay. I don't know though. It like has some personality, but it's not that interesting either. The Ore Club honestly is super fun. It's super overpowered too. Like when I think of an overpowered item, I think of the Ore Club because it has super armor, it's smash attacks when they're charging, and as it's going, it has like a ton of super armor. I think the super armor can run out, and I think the home run bat has super armor, but the Ore Club has way more super armor. And then you have some so like the tornado thing, and it just does massive damage. So This one's pretty hard to like deal with. Obviously, you can dodge it, but you can't always dodge it. I don't know. I think the Orc Club is pretty pretty fun. I imagine some people won't because it's very overpowered, but I like it. Next up, we have the hammers, right? So the regular hammer and the gold hammer, they can both fall off. The gold hammer is stronger. You can also like fly with it, which is kind of funny. Or you can kind of fly with it. And then the regular hammer, I don't know. To be honest, I'm not a big fan of these. It really depends on the matchup, and it just is kind of weird. But usually, one of the players just gets destroyed. The player that picks up the hammer obviously can destroy your opponent, which is what many of you are thinking. Or you can just get like sent off stage once and then you die. I think you can mash out of it and then like lose the hammer, but I don't know. I'm just not a big fan of these items. I like the regular hammer more as well, just slightly. Next up, we have I don't. I guess I won't go in categories anymore. We got the Deku Nut. This one's fun because it just stuns. Also, just obliterates your opponent in the air. You can just follow it up with a smash attack. It's nothing crazy though, so it's a fun one. The drill. Oh, honestly, I love the drill too because you just hit your opponent and they go off stage. And you can combo and then you can throw the drill at them. It's very strong, but it's also one-time use or two-time use, I guess. It's when you can put it at the edge. I wish that was a bit more of like an actual thing you could do because it runs out pretty quickly. But I don't know. It's a fun item. It's definitely one of my favorites. I'll put it down to A, I guess. Then we got the healing. Oh, I'll do all the healing ones. That's not a healing one. We got regular food. We got the fairy bottle. We got the heart. We got and then the like other healing ones, the new ones. I'll put this one here too, I guess. I think I'm missing one, but I don't remember what it is. So we're going. Oh, it's the tomato. Yep. Let's get regular food, the maximum tomato, and the heart. The heart's honestly, I didn't remember that this one was still in the game. It's a very strong. I think it's a bit too strong. I'll put in C. The maximum tomato heals a good amount of health, I think. I'll put in A, and then the regular food. Honestly, I'm going to put regular food in S. I think regular food's so good because it, like, I don't know. It's not too good, but if you want to play with almost items a little bit, just put in food. In my favorite rule set, I have just the only item is food, and it's on low. But then it just encourages you to go out of like good positioning a little bit to like get food sometimes, and it doesn't change things too much. But it's a little bit of an interesting aspect. So I'm going to put an S for that. I know most people would not agree with that, but I think it's cool. The fairy bottle, like I don't know, this one's super generic. I've almost never had it heal, and you also like throw it at your opponent. So I've had it heal. Most of the time I've seen it used, I've seen someone throw it and the other person gets healed, which is obviously bad. Like that's not good. That's not a good play to do. So I think it's a bit underwhelming because it doesn't work most of the time, and it's just kind of. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of it. I think it like I wish it did something else. And you can like combo it, but just like as a generic thrown item. But it's whatever. In fact, I'm gonna put it down to D tier. Now we have the healing bulb thing and the healing. I was gonna say orb, the healing like base thing. I really like the healing base because you can just kind of chill with it. It doesn't kind of encourage camping, which is not fun, but generally, I'd say it's a fun item that encourages some interesting play. You can throw it off stage and kind of chill below the ledge. It allows you just to play things a bit safer and a bit calmer. And then your opponent obviously has to approach, but depending on the character, it could also be super annoying to have to deal with. Next up, the other healing one is like whatever. It's kind of awkward because it kind of encourages you to get it. You like run at your opponent, and then you run away to heal. And because contact means your opponent gets it, and it's just one person chasing the other. In not a super interesting way, in my opinion. Versus the healing bulb thing, it's almost like a king of the hill type thing. So I'll just put it in like bottom of B. I still think it's a cool item though. And then the special flag. This one's so bad. Like if you get it, it's super overpowered, and if you miss it, if you usually someone will go for it and then they'll like won't ever get it. So I think it's pretty underwhelming for the fact that it almost never happens. Also, I'm going to move this one down because that also doesn't really happen. Okay, so we got the fake Smash Ball. I'll do the real Smash Ball too, which is some weird art. I don't even know what art this is. Like the regular Smash Ball, the fake Smash Ball looks like what the regular one does as well. They look the same, but which also kind of looks like my logo. That's why it looks like the way it does. But I don't know what is this the Brawl render? It might be. No, the fake smash balls. Actually, I like this one. It does like a ton of knockback and damage, and it's very fun. I very rarely find that it tricks people. Obviously, I myself know the logo very well. But then I think usually people knows that it's fake, but some people don't. In which case, it's kind of like that's the point, but also it kind of feels bad just to see them attack it and get obliterated. So usually, if I play online with items and then people don't play items against me and they're kind of confused, I'll see it happen. But generally, I think it's fun to kind of like have to work around. It's a cool item. The regular Smash Ball, I guess I gotta put it in S tier. I don't know. It's so swingy, but it offers some like really cool animations and some. Actually, no, I'm gonna drop it down to. I'm gonna put it below the fake Smash Ball because they made all the final smashes boring pretty much. A few of them are kind of interesting. Some are also super obnoxious. Like Zelda's is super powerful. Peaches is and just like mashing and stuff, and it's super powerful. And there are some that have like absurd combos into them at 0 that just kill. So yeah, I don't know. Next up we have the fire flower. Okay, the fire flower is a cool item, but I don't know. I've never been a big fan of it. I'm gonna put it in C tier. I know some people really like this item. Um, I don't know. I just don't love it. It's effect. You just it seems like your opponent will get out of it, and then you can like Z drop it, which is actually cool because it falls slowly. You can almost like take up a lot of stage presence for certain things, but I don't really see that either, and I don't use that way. So it's just whatever. And I'll go with the other like shooting items too, which the we got a bunch of like guns, which are kind of cool, but some of them are pretty generic too. Um, I guess we talked about a bunch of them. And then, okay, there we go. So I'll put this one here too, which I don't remember the name of, but the eye thingy, which is, this one's fine. You could just like put it down. It usually just gets like whacked and then falls off the stage. I'm going to put it in D, honestly. It's kind of annoying when it happens and it's not super, it doesn't stay very long either. So I don't think it's pretty bad too. I just don't think it's good. Unless except for certain times when it's super overpowered. Next up, we have the Gust Bellows. I honestly love this one. I'm going to put an S tier. It's super broken, but it's really funny. You can do some like silly combos with it. Actually, no, I can't put it in S. I'm going to swap it with the Drill. But it's fun. It's overpowered, but I think it's funny overpowered. Actually, nah, it's not. And I like, yeah. And I like when you Z drop it. It's super toxic, but I like it. What's it? The submarine gun? I don't remember what this one's called. This one's fine. It's whatever. It's just a shooting item. Nothing special. Same thing with the Ray Blaster. It's whatever. Super Scope I like a little more. I'm going to actually put an A. I think it's a fun item. It does like a solid chunk of damage. You have a few different attacks. It changes your movement a little bit. And so I believe it stops aerials, so that's fine. I guess most of them stop aerials. Rage Blaster is also... Actually, no, I hate the Rage Blaster because it always seems like it shows up right after the one person's taking their first stock. And then it's kind of like Lucario's Aura, which doesn't matter that much how many stocks people are at, just the percentage. So that means that it doesn't actually help the person who's losing. It's like a really badly implemented comeback mechanic, and so that's why I don't like it. And then we have the the staff. Is that what it's called? This one's fine. Sometimes you can get shots really far away, which is funny, but a lot of the times you don't, and so it's just whatever. Now we have the Franklin badge, and I'll put the Screw badge as well. Screw attack. The Franklin badge is fine. It can be very powerful at some times and kind of useless at others. I guess I'll put it A. It kind of stops boring gameplay, but it can also be a bit overpowered. The Screw attack. Honestly, the Screw attack's so fun. It's super powerful. But it's really fun as well because it allows you just to get certain kills way earlier and combo into stuff. And it's just one of those like easy but fun combo tools in my opinion. Now we have pretty much all these are thrown items, I think. Oh, no, we'll do the rest of the like wearables and state changes ones as well. I guess this one. The smoke bomb's honestly the worst item in the game, I think, because I don't know, it's just not fun because I don't know. It's so annoying. I just really don't like it. Or not the worst, but it's one of the worst because it just doesn't do anything, and the person you throw it at actually like helps them. But it's mostly just annoying. I don't like that one at all. Next up, we have the rambling mushroom. This is the worst item in the game. I changed my mind. It's super annoying. Also, if you play against CPUs, it only hurts you. It doesn't hurt them at all. Um, it's so toxic. It really sucks. It's no, just please don't do this one. If you turn any item off, it's that item. Okay, now the state changes ones. So we got the metal box, which is fine. I don't know. I don't think it's that impressive though. Then we have the jetpack. I don't remember if this is called the jetpack. I don't believe it is, but it's essentially that. It's fun. I feel like it's missed potential though, honestly. You can't really get combos off of it because it doesn't work as like another jump. So I wish it was just like a third jump. I wish there was an item that was just a third jump. That'd be cool because then it'll let you do some more combos, go out deeper for edge guards and stuff like that. But I mean, this does let you go out deeper for edge guards, but it doesn't allow for that like instant access that you're kind of looking to have. Then we have the super leaf, I think. This one's fun. I believe it's actually better than Peach's float because you can use it multiple times in the air. It allows for some pretty cool combos. I'll put it honestly at like somewhere in the middle of the A tier. It's very strong. You can I don't know if you can do float cancels. I mean, obviously that's pretty like weird stuff that most people don't do, but you can do some like cool stuff. You can essentially use like arrows on the ground, which is nice. Then we got the mushrooms, the mini mushroom and the mega mushroom. The mega mushrooms in like B, and the mini mushrooms like C. The mini mushroom is kind of sad. It's just funny, but it's just kind of weird. The mega mushroom's cool because it allows for some really crazy stuff, but it's also super broken. Invincibility star I also really hate. I'll move the rage blaster up. It's just one person gets it, and obviously it's so strong, so they just camp them out, and it's really really boring. And then we have the lightning. Again, lightning. I'll put it next to the mini mushroom. I don't like it. It's either super overpowered, but often just kind of underwhelming. It's at least one that's good and you want to grab. The mini mushroom is not something you want to grab, but I mean you'll dodge the mini mushroom most of the time too. But yeah, I don't know. I think the side changing ones are only okay. And then the freezy. The freezy is whatever as well. I think it's maybe top of C, but you can't really actually get combos off it based on knockback. Usually just like get some more damage, but it's pretty awkward in my opinion to hit them right after. The timing's kind of weird sometimes. Then we have, I'll do the rest of the bomb ones. Actually, no, I'll do the curry. I forgot to do that one. That one changes your speed. Well, no, it means you're always running, and then it also, I don't know, it makes it so you like shoot the fire, which is kind of fun, but you also get like upbeat off the top by it and stuff. So if you have it, your opponent upbeats you off the top, which is kind of funny, but I don't know. I'd say it's top of B. It has some interesting things, but it's not that cool either. Now we have the timer. The timer is fine. It offers some really awesome combos, but also it means that the one player doesn't play, which isn't great. Sometimes it doesn't get the effect you want either, which is annoying. I don't like that either the lightning or the timer have that. So I'm just gonna put it in top of or in the bottom of A. Now we got the explosive items and yeah. So the not the B, what's it called? The smart bomb. Smart bomb's actually pretty fun. You can get some cool combos off of it. But it's also can be a bit boring, but it's still probably my favorite explosive item aside from the bomb. And the Deku Knight and the fake smash ball, but it's pretty good. And then we have the gooey bomb or whatever, sticky bomb. It's fine. I'll put it in the bottom of B. I think it's a bit boring. And again, it kind of like discourages people. It's like the opposite of the life orb, but now they just like run away from each other. So that's not super interesting. X bomb I also like a lot. It covers some interesting areas. You can throw it and it's sideways. So I think it's a cool item, but it could be cooler as well. And then we have some other thrown ones. Or I'll talk about the warp star. Oops, this one's fine. It's pretty underwhelming in my opinion, though. You can also SD with it, which is kind of funny, but not great either. Then we have, I guess the Hawkatet. What's the Olamar's thing called? I don't know. The spaceship. This one's whatever. It can like kill people off the top, which is really funny. The rest of the time it's just a generic explosive item that like takes a little while, so I think it's all right. Then we have the thing like the grass or whatever. This one's really boring. It's one of the containers. Yeah, I don't like it. It's actually no. I'll say it's like I'm gonna actually put it above the regular containers because I don't know. It just feels a little better because it only gives you one thing. It sounds like crazy, but it's whatever. Oh, the shell. You can shell jump. I'm gonna put this in S because you can shell jump. I'm putting this thing down a little as well. But you can shell jump, which is so awesome. You can just you drop in the air and then you get another jump. So when I was saying it, I wish there was an item that gave you another jump. This is that item. I guess you can also kind of like bomb jump. I think if you, I don't remember which bombs this works with. It might work with the regular bomb, and I think it works with the sticky bomb. But you can Z drop it and then like down air it or something. And then get another jump. But no, you can actually do it with the shell, which is not too hard. It's not super easy. I don't really see this in matches, but it's a cool one because you can't use aerials before you get it, right? Or before you shell jump because you have the shell. So you have to like hit them with some special, but I think it's still a cool one. And also you can like Z drop it and then it like obviously goes flying too. And you can like it's one of the fun ones with training mode. Then we have the fire thingy that like runs circles around the stage and gets bigger. This one's so generic too. I just don't like it. It's kind of annoying. You can reflect it. It never gets as big as you want. I feel like it just is a little bit underwhelming. The star, the warp star is cool. I think you can get some fun stuff, but also it can be kind of annoying. And it can also kill the user, which is kind of interesting, but it's whatever. Then we have the Pokeballs. So the regular Pokeball can spawn, obviously, the like legendary mythicals, but then the other one only spawns legendary mythicals, but you can also spawn Goldeen, which is funny. But I think this one's better. You kind of know what you're getting. I'll put in S. It's very strong. I'm kind of biased because obviously I play Pokemon, not the video games though, but the TCG, because that's pretty much my whole channel. But yeah, it's fine. And the regular Pokeball I'll put there too, I guess. These I also sometimes turn off, but they introduce some really cool things. And they're not like as game changing as the assist trophies. And then we have the whatever this bomb is that you like place on the ground. A remote bomb, I think. This one's fine as well. It's kind of interesting. Honestly, this is probably my favorite of the bombs. Outside of the bomb, because it allows for interesting things where you just kind of like trap your opponent with it, but you can often like forget about it as well. Mr. Saturn, you can see this in regular play, but it's pretty boring. It's either completely useless, pretty much, if your opponent just plays normally, or if they really love to shield, then it's like completely broken. So I'm not a big fan of it. Then we have the Pitfall. Honestly, the Pitfall is awesome as well. Your opponent's off stage, bam, they're dead, which is funny. And then you can also use it. You can use a spike in them and like combo off of stuff. Also, I'm gonna put this high. I'm gonna put it I'm gonna put it all the way up here. It's a great trapping tool. It can be annoying to have to deal with, but then also if you have invincibility frames, like if you get off the respawn platform, number one thing you do always is just run at where the Pitfall is. So you just deactivate it. It's a cool item. The POW block. I don't like this one either. I think it's like D. It's not interesting, I don't think. Soccer ball, this one's fun. It's like, because I play a little bit of Wii Fit, and then you can just go and like, I know some of the angles, and just generally from like angles and moves, you need to try to figure out how to hit your opponent with it. But it's also tricky. You need to do some like weird, like thinking in your head to figure out how to hit your opponent, but it's also fun. The spring, I did not know that was still in the game. But apparently it is. So that one's cool, I guess. You can spring jump, but it's B. And then the Unaria, I don't know. This one's fun as well. I'll just put in B, though. Interesting trapping options. Can be kind of overpowered, too, though. But I'm wondering what you think of my tier list, right? We change also the style of content for me if you enjoy it or not. But I enjoy, obviously, other things other than Pokemon. So I wanted to share a little bit of that. Not too much, but just a little. Maybe 1 or 2 videos a week on not Pokemon, because I've been doing daily videos plus 3 daily shorts. So you can check those out. My shorts are obviously like kind of silly stuff, but then videos are like more serious stuff. But I'm just interested in hearing what you have to say about this. As always, I'm excited to see you next time.